Hi, hello viewers. Welcome back again to one more of the lecture session from this channel. So in this lecture session, we will be studying regarding Michelson and Stahl experiment from the molecular basis of inheritance in detail. So here, prior to the explanation of Michelson and Stahl experiment in detail, at first let us have a look on RNA world. So here, what is RNA world? So in our previous lecture sessions, we have studied or we have learned that in majority of the living organisms, here DNA is the most abundant genetic material. Though the specific DNA, it is the most abundant genetic material, but here the first ever discovered genetic material, here it is not DNA, but it was RNA. Is it clear? So let me write it here. RNA world. In majority of the living organisms, DNA is the most abundant genetic material. DNA is the most abundant genetic material. And here, the first ever discovered genetic material, here it was not DNA, but it was RNA. The first ever discovered genetic material was RNA, but not DNA. And here we need to understand that in general, DNA it act like genetic material, but whereas RNA it not only it act like a genetic material, and in addition RNA has many of the additional functions. So here what are the various additional functions of the RNA here? In case of one particular living organism, if we consider many of the mechanism or many of the processes which occur in case of one particular living organism, they have evolved around RNA but not DNA. And here these specific mechanisms or these specific processes, these may include splicing, translation and metabolism. So here many of the mechanisms or many of the processes which occur in case of one particular living organism, they have evolved around RNA but not DNA. Many of the mechanisms are processes which occur in living organism have evolved around RNA. And here these include splicing, translation and metabolism, right? And in addition, even the specific RNA, it can act like biocatalyst. There are certain reactions which do exist in case of one particular living organism, which is catalyzed by the assistment of RNA. And here, some specific RNAs which are capable to catalyze the specific biological reactions, they are termed as what? Ribozymes. So here, why they are termed as ribozymes here? Because basically they are RNAs and here they possess the enzymatic activity. So the reason why they are termed as ribozymes. Ribose nucleic acid which has the enzymatic activity or catalytic activity, here it is termed as what? Ribozyme. And here the specific ribozymes in case of prokaryotes and even in case of eukaryotes, it may remain varied. In case of prokaryotes, the specific ribozymes, they are nothing but what? 23S rRNA. But whereas in case of eukaryotes, the specific ribozymes, they are nothing but 28S rRNA. Certain RNA are capable to catalyze biological reactions. biological reactions. These RNA are termed as ribozymes. Ribozymes, right? So here what are the various ribozymes here? The various ribozymes, these may include 23S rRNA. 23S rRNA in case of prokaryotes and 28S rRNA in case of eukaryotes. So here both the 23S rRNA as well as 28S rRNA, they possess a specific enzymatic activity which is nothing but what? Peptidyl transferase activity. Peptidyl transferase activity. Peptidyl transferase activity, right? And in addition to this, even the particular RNA, they are capable to act like an adapter molecule. As we all know, each and every amino acid which do exist, it is very specific to one particular codon in case of the mRNA. But here, the specific amino acid itself, it is unable to recognize the codon in case of the mRNA. Under such condition, the specific amino acid, it takes the advantage of a specific adapter molecule. And here the specific adapter molecule, here it is nothing but what? tRNA. So here the specific tRNA, it is also type of RNA. In addition, certain RNA act like adapter molecules to recognize the codons in mRNA. So here, though the specific RNA, it has many of the additional functions, but here nature has selected DNA as the most abundant genetic material. So here, why nature has selected DNA as the most abundant genetic material here? Because basically DNA is highly stable. DNA is highly stable and it is very less reactive, but whereas RNA is highly reactive and it is very less stable. So let me write it here. DNA is highly stable and less reactive, but whereas RNA is highly reactive and less stable. And in addition to this, if we consider the specific DNA, basically DNA is double stranded. So here, because of the presence of two single strands, so here both the single strands in case of the double stranded DNA, they are capable to undergo base pairing by the means of a specific relationship termed as complementarity relationship. So here the specific complementarity relationship, it is observed only in case of DNA. In case of DNA, because of the presence of two single strands, both the single strands in case of the double stranded DNA, they are capable to undergo base pairing by the means of a specific relationship termed as complementarity relationship. So here's a specific complementarity relationship. It is observed only in case of DNA but not in case of RNA. And in addition to this, in case of DNA, there is an availability of a specific protective mechanism or protective strategy which is nothing but what? Repair mechanism. So here the specific repair mechanism, most commonly it is responsible for removing the damages which are caused by external agents and as well as internal agents. So here within the DNA structure, in order to remove the specific damages which are caused by the external agents and as well as internal agents, so here the specific DNA structure, it takes the advantage of a specific protective mechanism which is nothing but repair mechanism. So here's a specific repair mechanism. It is observed only in case of DNA but not in case of RNA. So the reason why nature has selected DNA as the most abundant genetic material. Is it clear? And then after we will be studying regarding Michelson and Stahl experiment in detail.